Hello and welcome to this ICT lesson. Today I want to show you how you can make a stylish table like the one you can see here on a web page. The first thing to do is to ensure that you choose the best colors you like. After that, you write down their color code. Then you will be able to use them in the HTML code. I'm going to do this. I'm going to choose which colors to use. Then after that, I will be able to use my HTML to create this table. The first thing to do is to come here in MS Paint and choose Edit Colors. Then in this box, we have the color code appearing here. What I want to choose at the moment, it is a black color which is selected here. I will decide on my heading. I think blue will be okay, but a good variation of blue. Like this one. So I want my first row to have this color blue, and this is the code. So I'm going to write somewhere. You must have maybe a notebook or a rough paper. I will just write RGB. RGB is for red, green, and blue. Put bracket 0, put a comma, 128, comma 255. Then I will click here, OK. So what I have simply selected is this color. Let me paint it here. And the color code which I wrote down is RGB, then bracket 0, 128, 255. So that is the color code of that blue color. The next one I want, let me try another one. Click edit, then in the edit, I want a certain variation of green. Let me just choose this. Then you can vary it a little bit with this handle by just clicking. I want this greenish one. So the color code is here. Let me write it somewhere. RGB bracket. It should be now 164, 255, and 72. So I will go and click OK. Then I can just paint it here. That is what I want for my table. And fill this color here. Then next I want another greenish one, but a little bit pale. So I will just come and choose here. But before that, let me write the code for this one, this greenish one. That should be, it should now be something like RGB and 164, 255, 72. That is the color code for that green color, which I chose. Next is I want another variation. Let me try to look for it. If I want a variation of this green, you can see my color one is black because I was typing this black text. If I want it back to this one, I will choose here color picker and click this color. Then color one is the color I was in before typing in black. So I will just come here and click edit. I want a variation of this one, which should be, I think, a bit dark. Yes, let me choose a bit dark. So I'm deciding to pick this. That is RGB 118, 236, 0. Then I can click OK. Let me paint it here for me to see how it looks. Let me just draw this here. Then I will just paint it. So this is how my rows should be alternating. I will copy this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. This is how my rows should be alternating. In my table. And the last green, I wrote it down. It is RGB 1118, 255, 0. So that is the color for the other green. So this is for this. This is for this blue. This color code is for the other pale green, and the other one is for this. So once I know my color codes, I can go back to my HTML and do the other part. Now, before that, I'm going to specify some of the things here. When you want to make a table in HTML, this is what you do. You first define the beginning and end of that table using the table tag, like this. Then you close this table at the bottom using the table tag with slash. Like this table. Now to create a row, like the row is this bar which runs from left to right. Each one of them is called a row. So this is a row, this is a row, like that. These rows are defined using tr, the tr tag. Then here in each row we have boxes. Like this is a box, this is a box. These boxes we call them cells. And these cells you make them using TD. Just write TD or table data, and TR is table row. Now finally we have some special cells, the one which belong to the first row. These ones are called table headers, and we define them using TH or table header. So this is TH, the cells for the first row, TD, the other cells, TR for making rows. Table tag is for beginning and ending of table. So I will practically go and do it in Notepad so that you are able to see it practically on a web page. I will go and start Notepad. Then in the Notepad, I will start my HTML. And close it somewhere down here. Then I will start my head part, just like this. Then I will start my body part. And close it. So the first thing to do here, in the heading part, you put the title of the web page. Let me call it CSS table because I just want to make a table. Then inside the body part, I can have heading of size H2 and maybe call it world popular skills. Then below the heading, I will start my table here. And just write here table. Then close it somewhere here. Inside my table, I will start my first row and end my row here. Now I will go ahead and copy these rows to create the second row, create the third row, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth row. I will come to my first row now and put my cells with TH, just like that, TH. And inside my first cell, I will have the title number. I will go ahead and copy this cell and paste it here again and change here to maybe country. Then paste it again here and change this one to city. I will pick this, I'll just come here below the second row and define my TG now. I can see my TG is there. And inside here, I want city number 1. Just copy this, paste that cell here. City number 1 can be maybe USA. Then paste here, and maybe Washington DC. That's my city. Just copy this line, come to inside my third row, press enter and paste. And I will change the details now. This becomes 2, and I can have maybe England, and the city maybe London. It is still in my computer memory. I will just paste the information here for the third city. And I can have here maybe Germany, and Berlin being our city here. Berlin being our city. We will move to the next row here and paste this being number 4. Then we can have here maybe France and Paris. Then I can move here and paste that. Then I can have here 5, United Arab Emirates, and I can have Dubai here. Dubai. Now I'll go ahead and save this in the folder. Open my folder, let me call it table.html and click save. My table doesn't have any decorations. I want to make it wider and do some spacing between the data in it and then color it. Going back here, I will just come to the table tag, this one, and give it a width in HTML, a width of 300. And below this title, I will just put style and close that style tag down here. So inside the style, I want to start by styling the TH and the TD. So I will put here TH, TD. Then I do the curly brackets like this. So to put spacing around the data inside a cell, or to increase the size of the cells, you use padding. You can put here padding 5px to give it a spacing around the data of 5px. Then the next thing I want to color, of course, should be the table header. The table header, I want it to have a background color. And remember, I'm going to use color code. So I'm going, I chose my codes. I chose my color codes before in MS Paint. So here, I am simply going to use them. I will use the code RGB bracket like that. And inside the bracket, my numbers were, the bluish one was 0, 128, 255. That is for the header part. And I want it to have text to be white, so it's write here color white, like that. Then I want next the rows to have alternating colors, so I'll just write here table row. Then to do the alternating colors, I have to use nth dash child. Then I will put brackets, and to choose odd numbers of rows, I will use odd inside the bracket. Then after that, I will specify the background. This is the background, and the background, I have the color code RGB like that. And inside this bracket, my color was 164, 255, 72. Then I will just copy this line like that and paste below it. This time I want the even number of rows, the even rows. Even means 2, 4, and 6 rows like that. Then odd rows means row 1, row 3, row 5 according to the odd numbers. So I'm going to have even, and for the even, my color code here is different. I'm going to use 118, 236, 0. Remember, these color codes, I wrote them somewhere, and I'm just reading them from that piece of paper. So I'm going ahead and save it here. And I will also come and color my heading. This is H2 heading I can give it color. Let me give it red, and font family. What family it can have? Let me choose font as my font. Then I will just save. So far so good. I will go and refresh this page for you to see how it looks. After refreshing, you can see now my web page has a very attractive color, and it is now attractive even to the users who will be visiting this web page, with the attractive title, with a nice font, popular world, popular cities, and the titles have blue background, and I have variations of green alternating on the odd and even rows. That is how easy it is to make a stylish table in HTML and CSS to appear on a web page. Thank you for participating.